Hi guys, is your Magic 8 Ball full of bubbles? Mine was. Now I'm going to show you how I fixed mine. Come on. The first thing I did before sawing my Magic 8 Ball in half was I put pieces of masking tape on either side of it, and I labeled one X and I labeled the other one with an O. And this is so once I sawed it apart, I'd be able to put it back together really easy. And for sawing the 8 ball apart, and by the way, you do this at your own risk. I take no, kids don't do this, get your parents to do it for you. I first started sawing it apart with one of these Ginsu knives. You just go right around the seam of it where you can see that it's molded together. But this Ginsu knife, although it was working, it was too slow, so I ended up getting my Dremel tool out with the little saw blade on the end, and I sat on the floor and just bzzz, went all the way around it. Once you finish sawing your Magic 8 Ball in half and you open it up, you're going to see that here is the Magic 8 Ball cartridge inside, and this is what you're going to want to work on. I saw a fellow on the internet that said his had 3 Phillips screws and he just unscrewed them and the top and side came off. Mine wasn't like that. Mine's an old 8 ball. It just had a little nib right here and then what looked like a screw head underneath, but it's all epoxied in very, very well. There's no way to get into that. And so I started off by using this old bent up picture hanger thing to drill a hole through the middle, but then that was too slow, so I used my Dremel tool with the drill bit on it and I drilled a hole straight down into there. Once I had my hole drilled into this cartridge, I thought it would be neat to use up this old printer ink that I already had. As you can see, I've got some on my fingers. And I just took this and put it down into that hole that I had drilled and squirted it all full of ink, carefully watching the bubbles come up around the needle. What I found once I'd put black printing ink in this 8 ball cartridge is that it's too viscous, it's too opaque, that it wouldn't let my little Magic 8 Ball dongle doo-hickey answer thingy show up through the ink on the bottom. So I had to go to the sink and slowly tap out about half of the liquid and start filling it up with water. And that's where I want to take you next. So here's what I had to do, and I think you'll have to do this too, is put it under the sink and let water run into it a little bit and tap it with like a back of a knife or something. Tap it, tap it. The trick is here you want all the air bubbles out. Every single air bubble you can get out, you want it out. And so once you're confident that you have all the air bubbles out of there that you want out of there, well, this is what I did anyway. I chose a screw that was bigger than the hole I drilled. And with water still resting in the cartridge, I'm just going to force the screw right down into the hole. This is going to seal it up. But I'm not going to just do that. I'm also going to cover this screw head with epoxy. And that'll make it for sure that it's watertight and forevermore. Now first I want to make sure this absolutely doesn't leak even before I put the epoxy on it. Okay, and one other thing I've done with this 8 ball is I put a piece of masking tape, lined up my X and O, and put a piece of masking tape back here so that I'm going to be working with epoxy, and I know I'm going to be wanting to work fast, so I made it so that it's now lidded. The epoxy I'm using is Gorilla Glue epoxy. I've always liked it. It works good, but I have to work fast, and I have to squirt this out evenly, and I have to make enough epoxy mixture for both sides, for both the cartridge and for the ball. And I have to squirt it, mix it fast, and get it on there. Hang on, let me mix this up. Okay, I'm going to put some on the screw. This is going to seal that screw down forever. Till the next time I have to break into it, I'll be sorry it's there. And now I'm going to apply the epoxy to the rim of the 8 ball. I can't worry about neatness because I want to get it on there. Pretty it up later. Oh, and also I might tell you that I had to take my 8-ball, after I'd cut it in half and everything, it had a lot of burrs on it where the cutting action had been, so I took it outside with a knife and whittled all the burrs off. Oh, I got some Gorilla Glue on that. That wasn't meant to be. I don't want to Gorilla Glue this in place. Okay, I'm just going to put this back in here. Let's see if this will slide over. Yes, it does. Okay. Get the two halves of the 8-ball back together again. Voila. Now I'm going to tape the side good and tight. And for good measure, I'm going to put rubber bands across it to help hold the 8-ball in place while the epoxy dries. And so here you have it. It's been 24 hours. The epoxy set up nice and solid. Took off the tape, took off the rubber bands, and here's my Magic 8-ball, good as new. Good to have my good old Magic 8-ball back. And Magic 8-ball, are you having a great day? Oh, look, look, look. It says, oops, I can't do it. Yes. That's it, steeljan.com. Have a great day.